So there was the one night where I went out at like 3 a.m. to fucking Walgreens to pick up cough medicine because I couldn't sleep. And we did our research and we were like, okay, if you sleep upright, it'll help you negate the coughing because the nasal dripping is supposed to like irritate your throat. And if you sleep upright, it doesn't really hit that spot. So we tried sleeping on the couch in the living room. And when I came back from Walgreens, I was so fucking like doped up and from like cough medicine and just being exhausted from not being able to sleep for like the past few days that you were sleeping on a part of the couch and I was just staring at you like a zombie from the kitchen. I stood there for maybe 20 minutes straight just
gross.
And I was angry because you were sleeping so soundly and I was like,
that was before you gave everything back to me though.
You do it. I always.
3, 2, 1.
Yeah. Why so easy? You did it so easy. Okay. Welcome back to another episode of Venture Casually Podcast. My name is Anthony.
Hi, I'm Wendy.
This is Wendy. We are your hosts today. How would you like to dine with us?
He stole my cup.
Oh, that's not true. Okay. We're a little goofy. You tired yet? It's like 8 p.m. and now we're running on adult time, so we're sleepy.
Oh, yeah. There's a reason for that, but we'll dive into that later, why suddenly 1 a.m. is no longer bedtime and 10 p.m. is.
Yeah. And why she's coughing. So recently we went to New York City to have a little getaway, a little date adventure.
Yep.
And we went to a concert for Shakes and Fidgets and Andy Grammer, which was...
What did you just say?
Shakes and Fidgets. No, shit. Fantasia. Fucking...
I was like, what concert did we go to? That was definitely not it.
Fitz and the Tantrums.
We saw Brayland. He was like a black artist singing kind of country.
Yeah, it was like
music.
a
It was kind of fun.
Mix of rap and country music.
Yeah, it was pretty fun. And then Andy Grammer and then Fitz and Tantrums were the headliners.
Not Shakes and Fidgets.
I would see Andy Grammer again.
Yeah, Andy Grammer was a very
really
nice performer.
good. He was a great performer. Fitz and Tantrums, it seemed like a part of me felt like they didn't want to be there. But, now we know that to never go again because we caught the COVID from that concert. Well, we were there for a few days, but it was for sure from that day based on, like, the number of days.
Yeah. And also that we were kind of, like, around everyone, unmasked, and everyone was kind of stupid, and so were we.
And any other time we were wearing masks and sanitizing after every bus.
Yeah.
No, not bus. It was metro
train.
Yeah.
But it was New York itself was fun, very fun day trip. The concert was okay, but was it worth getting COVID for? No, not at all.
I would not do that again.
Oh my! It was such a miserable experience.
So he didn't feel good, but it wasn't COVID before we left, and then we were going to leave, like, the next day in the morning, but we decided that it would be best to leave that night so we can come home, get medicine for him and all that stuff. And then, the next 2 days,
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
you were feeling different symptoms, no longer the first sickness. That went away.
Yeah,
it was just a swollen gum. Really.
Yeah, I had like dental problems.
Yeah, and then 2 days later, he was sick. Came out negative for like a few days, and then I was sick that night and was positive that night. And I was supposed to go in the office the next day, and I was like, oh shit, I gotta take a picture of my temperature, my positive COVID test, and send it to my supervisor. And he was like, it's funny because I haven't gone in the office as scheduled for a while, and I was like, man, what if he's complaining and I just keep dodging it every time? It's honestly not that bad going in because there's nobody there.
Yeah, there's no point, though.
There isn't. That's why I keep dodging it. I'm dodging it because it happens to land on a holiday, and I had PTO to use, so I would take the whole week off because why not? I get a free extra day of PTO of holiday pay, and why not take the whole week?
Yep.
I don't even think we had anything planned most of the time, but I was like, whatever. After COVID, work from home is kind of weird. No motivation. And so was sick. I was sick for 2 weeks.
You're still kind of sick. And it's been what?
The cough is sticking. But the thing is, I cough on a regular basis, especially when I laugh really hard and then it comes up. And because of COVID, it comes up harder. I was sick for 2 weeks. I got sick. I was pretty okay the first week. And then he was positive. And then it came back to me. But my test was negative. The symptoms just came back. And it was way worse than my first time.
It was actually way worse than my bout of sickness. So, like, I had a cold-ish thing. And it wasn't all that bad. Like, I was stuffy, kind of runny nose, but otherwise no other symptoms. Then you got a little fucked.
So I had a fever the first time and chills that lasted for like I think a night.
Maybe into the next day.
Maybe into the next day. That was awful because I didn't know if I want to be hot. I didn't know if I want to be cold. And at that time we were not really taking that much medication because we thought how everyone explained it was just a cold. And no, it's a little more than that. I guess it depends on how many vaccination shots you have,
and we're at 2 each.
Just because I'm lazy to get the third one. Nothing against it. So I don't know about the immunity thing because when I got sick again back from you, it hit harder.
I don't,
because I didn't get the fever, but everything else was harder. My throat was awfully sore. I coughed nonstop.
Yeah,
almost. I had one night where I didn't sleep because I was just coughing the whole night.
Yep.
And it was
like,
sad.
You caught my symptoms that I had, like the worst ones, where the back of your throat was so sore that every time you swallow, you cry. And
only at night, too. During the daytime,
I don't know.
It was so much better.
Yeah.
I was like, I can function, I can do things. And then at nighttime, I would feel the lump dry up. And then it's like the size of a golf ball in my throat. And then every time you swallow, you want to cry a little bit because it hurts so bad. But, you know, lots of cough medicine for that one. I don't know about anyone else, but cough medicine saved my life. I also had to get the drowsy one so I could sleep at night.
It was so funny watching her drink the drowsy one because she was like...
night one, because the day before I had no sleep, and then the next day I was like, okay, I'm negative, I'm going out, I'm still maxed up and all that stuff. I'm going out, I'm getting that drowsy medication like now. But the drowsy one, I was knocked out for how long?
I don't know. Like the first day that you took it, you were mad tired, but you kept like waking up and you were just confused. And then when I asked you the next morning, you were like, what? I woke up?
I think I acted like I was drunk. Like I would wake up, I think, from coughing, and then I'd be like, yeah.
No, you would wake up and you would talk to me.
I barely remember it.
Because I tried staying up to like make sure that you were all right.
He woke up a lot. He did a lot for me. And I all I remember is go back to sleep. I'm keeping you up. And then I would just fall back to sleep. But then I'd be up again. To me, that felt like an hour or two in between. He was telling me it was like every 10 minutes.
Yeah, it was like every 10 minutes. You woke up, you went, what?
Yeah.
Like incomplete sentences.
Yeah. Day one without sleep, drinking that, did that. After that, I would wake up and just be like, I'm coughing a lot. Please save me. Yep. It's fine now. Yeah. It's fine now. Finished 2 bottles of cough medicine.
Yep.
Still coughing. Just worse.
Yeah.
But yeah, we're good. Been COVID free. And it was the worst timing. Oh, so I regret more of the trip because after the trip.
Wait, hold up. I got a little bit more COVID things that you don't even know about yet.
Oh, go for it. I'll come back to this.
Look, I had such a fucking horrible COVID symptoms.
Oh, my bad. I didn't talk about you.
Please no. It's okay. It's okay. So there was the one night where I went out at like 3 a.m. to fucking Walgreens to pick up cough medicine because I couldn't sleep. And we did our research and we were like, okay, if you sleep upright, it'll help you negate the coughing because the nasal dripping is supposed to like irritate your throat. And if you sleep upright, it doesn't really hit that spot. So we tried sleeping on the couch in the living room. And when I came back from Walgreens, I was so fucking like doped up and from like cough medicine and just being exhausted from not being able to sleep for like the past few days that you were sleeping on a part of the couch and I was just staring at you like a zombie from the kitchen. I stood there for maybe 20 minutes straight just
gross.
And I was angry because you were sleeping so soundly and I was like,
that was before you gave everything back to me though.
Yep. And then you know what else? Remember the time that I was messaging our friend the symptoms?
Oh, by the way, when he went out, he irritated one of our dogs. She stepped on my face.
Oh, right.
Yeah, I was super upset because I don't like being messed with while I'm sleeping. But anyway, go back to your story.
Yeah. So you remember I was asking our friend, like, we had someone that he knew who went to the hospital.
Oh, yeah.
For COVID.
That was like beginning COVID, though.
Yeah, like.
Before Delta even came out.
Yeah. And then I was asking about his buddy's symptoms. And, like, I was like, I'm feeling kind of severe. Is it worth going to the hospital?
Mm-hmm.
And you were getting kind of concerned because of the questions I was asking, right? You were feeling a little nervous. That night, I had a dream. And I didn't tell you about this because I didn't want to worry you.
Oh.
So that night, I had a dream.
Now I'm picking my thing because now I'm nervous.
I mean, it's fine now.
Okay.
I had a dream that I was in my my small little hometown in fucking middle of nowhere, Iowa.
Okay.
So it was where I was born. And while I was hanging out with like some family friends that, you know, I knew from childhood and stuff like that. And my uncle, who was like there for me and my parents when I was born, like was taking me around town, taking me to other places and stuff like that. And towards the end of the dream, I think we were inside of like his house or something.
Okay.
And I was like going upstairs. I was going up into an attic, but the attic had a really, really long staircase. And I kept climbing up and I couldn't really see what was up there. And my uncle was like, hey, don't go up there yet. Like, there's more stuff to look around at. So I was like, all right, fine. So I hopped off, and then we were going around the city some more, and I get a phone call from my sister. So I step away, take the phone call. I was like, hey, like, I was hanging out with my uncle, you know, he's like showing me a bunch of stuff, and she goes, our uncle who passed away like 8 years ago? And I'm like, wait.
Oh my god, this is a death dream. Oh my god.
I was like, what do you mean he passed away? And then like I looked around, he was nowhere to be found.
Oh,
and
that's so scary.
And the dream ended.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I literally got visited by my dead uncle who, you know, saved me from climbing the stairs to the afterlife. And he was like, hey, there's more stuff to do on Earth. Stay downstairs.
Oh my god, the song of the Nowhere King just kicks in my brain. If you know what I'm talking about, comment below. That's terrifying.
But yeah, I had the dream the night of asking our friend all these questions.
I mean, you're probably just a little paranoid about it anyway.
I mean, a little bit, but like I'm pretty sure that if I told you then, you would be like,
oh yeah, no, I would have been like, we're buying all the medicine and we're gonna get super drugged up.
Yeah, so
to avoid death, but you know, too much medicine gives you death, so I don't know.
I was like, that was a place of where I was born and where I was gonna die, but I was saved.
We're never going to Iowa, guys.
Iowa's great. It's corn. Corn is the lump thing with the knobs.
You're gonna get sued for that.
I don't even know if I said it right.
Oh man. Yeah,
okay.
Your favorite dog stepped on my face when you went out that night.
She's a cutie. She knew what she wanted.
I kicked her in the face afterwards.
You do what you want. All right.
But so that would never get COVID again. Would never wish it on my worst enemy. Would never wish it. Like, look, if I'm pretty petty when I can be, right? Mm-hmm. I would have been wishing on someone who I want them to have a slow death.
It's pretty slow.
It's pretty slow. It's awful. It's fucking awful. And then you have to hear the coughing. I was annoyed at myself for coughing.
Well, at least you didn't lose your smell.
Yeah, you got there for like 2 days.
Yeah, I lost my smell mid cooking dinner. I was like,
he was like, can you smell this bottle for me? And it's just vinegar. And it's like, smells like vinegar. And he's like,
I don't got nothing.
It was just 2 days. His was pretty, I don't know. It was bad in one way and mine was bad another way. Yeah. It was kind of weird.
And then we had completely different remedies. Like, you had to do hot stuff and I had to do cold stuff.
I don't know. We tried both ways for each other, and it just, our systems are too different. Mm-hmm. So try everything, guys.
Yep.
I know I'm not supposed to sweat it out, but, I got it out.
Yep.
It did.
Whatever makes you feel better. Whatever allows you to sleep.
But yeah, no, we're not going to concerts anymore. And that whole trip was like a mini epiphany for me to be like, do I want to stay with my office job? And after we came back, the morning before I got COVID, I was like, hey, yeah, I'm putting in my 2 weeks. And then that night, hey, I got COVID.
Yep.
It was awful. And the worst part, I had a deadline before the end of the month, right? It was almost, the month just started, but he wanted me to finish it before my 2 weeks ended. I got it done. I had to get it done while sick because he was on my ass for no reason. Like, I could have been out that entire week and still had enough time to do it, but he was on my ass about it. Granted, it's not a lot of work. I committed like 2-3 hours total. I would like wake up, do something, and fall back to sleep, and then go back to doing it. Mm-hmm. And then like it wasn't a lot of. Well, he sounds like a jerk. He really wasn't. I didn't have to do it. Yeah. I bet if I took the entire day off, he would have just been like, a little nervous about it. But it would have been fine. It was done way before the deadline. And the reason why I did that is because I actually landed a job with dog training, dog boarding, training, bathing, and it's a small little business with actually one of our dog's trainers, and he was hiring, and I hopped on it right away. Mm-hmm. And it's weird because I first got my paycheck and I looked at it and I was like, remind yourself it's not about the money. Like, we have a lot of things to pay off, and I was like, I can make it. They told me it's fine. I did bring that concern to the dog trainer, and he's like, there was never a day where he didn't have money, and things were paid off eventually, figured it out kind of thing. And I was like, okay, it's gonna be fine. He's doing great, with his business. That's why I was like, I didn't even want to do part-time office job and part-time with him anymore. I was just straight up done with my office job.
But you were already there before the dog job kind of presented
itself. I was already there, but by the time I got the yes from the dog trainer job, I was going to consider it part-time. I was going to juggle between the two, but start taking days off with the office job and be like, cough, COVID, sick, and use up all my sick leave, which I don't. I have lots of sick leave I didn't get to use, but, whatever. Move on from that. There's no point in being hung over it. But yeah, went to the office to grab all my stuff. It took like 2 hours to clean out everything. The way to leave was stupid weird because no one leaves the job. So everyone was kind of confused on how it went off. So if anything's wrong, it's not my fault. No one told me how to do it. I kind of just went in blindly. Like, someone told me to drop off my computer in a building we have no access to. So I went to the building where I knew where computers are at, the IT department. And I walked in there and I was like, yeah, someone told me to go in that building. And they're like, why? And I was like, they just told me to. I have no idea. And I did that. Dropped off my ID, my keys, and boom, bam, left. Easy. I was there for like 2 hours. And the next day I went dog training. I enjoyed it a lot first week. Like, they said I picked everything up easily. As in, like,
Poop.
I'm helping them clean, like how to maintain the dog space. I'm not a dog trainer. I'm not certified. I just have some knowledge of it because I had 3 dogs. And I was very determined and adamant about getting the job. So they really liked that about me. And I am able to tell a dog no. And they also really like that. So my job is mostly taking care of like the daily tasks. Cleaning, poop, taking the dogs out, maintaining their behavior, making sure they're not acting out, taking them on walks that they paid for. They have a litter of puppies I get to look and watch, and mama's great kind of thing. So it's not laborious at all. So like, you know, when the pay kicked in, I was like, it's not about the money right now. But ultimately, in the end, like very further on, not soon future. Dog trainer certification, maybe, but I need to find a direction with it because there's apparently a lot of directions you can go into, and I need more experience because they're talking about dog behaviors and how they express to each other, and I can't catch on because I don't really know what I'm looking at. All I know is if they're humping each other, no. If they're yelling at each other, no.
Or go.
If they're barking at each other and one decides to fling his entire body and knock you to the ground, no.
You got beat up today.
He popped my arm today because he's a strong dog. I underestimated him. I think he just learned what I did and then took advantage of the situation because I was repeating it. So there's this one dog. He's just like a teenager, obnoxious teenager dog. Like he's not that old. And for some reason, he is next to a aggressive dog. She's not aggressive towards humans. She's really sweet, honestly, but she doesn't like other dogs in her face. So he would obnoxiously go up in her face and bark at her, and she would actually want to kill him kind of thing. And I would just, precaution, start grabbing him and then walk him to his cage. But this time he was, he pretended he had wings or something. He just fucking leapt and then dragged my entire body with him. So he popped my shoulder. So I can't really hey. But it's fine, It hasn't been that long that I'm working there. And I felt like I want to do more for them. But, a little bit of people pleasing thing. And I was telling myself to reel it back because it's only week 2. I'm acting like I've been here for years. They're a small business. They started during COVID. When everything was shut down, their own workplace was shut down. That's when they did their own business and was like, I don't really like the direction they're going. It wasn't completely great. So they did their own thing because he had more knowledge of the direction he wanted to go to. And here I am, new job, all about dogs. It's pretty fun. It's mostly great, to be honest.
Yeah, the first day coming back, you were so full of energy. You were like, babe, I had so much fun today. I love it. But leading up to it, it was definitely something new, something shiny kind of vibes. It was definitely fun and all that stuff. But it's a lot of it went away only because, okay, it's still a job. I still have to do things whether I like it or not. I mean, I'm fine with cleaning. I just put my heart into it. So by the time I'm done with it, I'm really sweaty and I hate that feeling. That's really it. The dogs are mostly fine. I'm able to correct them and steer them towards better behaviors because even though my one dog is a little bit problematic, she's still more well-behaved than any other dogs there. Granted, people are bringing their dogs there because there are issues, not because they're perfect. So there's a bit of issues where it's it requires a little bit more correction to them. It's tough. Yeah.
It is tough because sometimes people, here's the controversy. You're not supposed to treat your dog like it's your baby. You can call it your baby, but just know that it's still a wild animal, domesticated, but still an animal. And they can always fight you, bite you, and all that stuff. Obviously, if you have a bond with them, they have no need to do that. If you have enough way to have their outlets out, they have no need to do that. But not every dog's like that.
Yep, these are animals that have the ability to kill.
To kill you. And they have.
So they need to be kept in check. So
know your situation. You know, I was super high standards with my dog because you have nieces and nephews and they're really young and I don't want them in their face. We had a couple, you know, situations where the kids weren't happy with the dogs did to them, so it was like, you know, big repercussions on them.
Yep.
So super high standards because I don't want to be responsible for someone else. Pretty much.
Yep. So much easier dealing with dogs than dealing with like lawsuits.
And they're mostly good. My dogs are mostly good. They're mostly chill. They balance each other out. And they gave me validation that my problematic dog, one, isn't that bad. She's like the lowest end of severity of issues. She's mostly just fearful. So things that scare her get the best of her. But they're, you know, we got to overcome that pretty much. And she'll be okay. And two, I'm the best owner for her right now. Because I have 2 other dogs that even her out with behaviors. You know, she learns how to play, run, live life a little bit because she's mostly a feral dog.
Yeah.
From international country.
Yeah. Out there.
She wild, but not really. She mostly just like she's so weird. So there's a yard. There's all these dogs running around, pacing around, following people. And she just sits there. She's just like.
She's like 2% dog, 8% cat, 90% fear.
Yeah, that's a good explanation of how she is. Yep. So yeah, you're still at your job. I changed mine.
I mean, I got the promo when you got the demo.
Yeah, big pay cut.
That's okay.
It's okay. It's really, you can't, for something you have an interest in, I have an interest in, because I thought I was good at it. I thought I was good at it. And sometimes I mean, I was going to change my job and expect a pay cut anyway.
Yeah.
Because everywhere I applied for my salary was not happening. Because I worked a government job and they were like, you can go places in this position. And I went places and nobody wanted me because I didn't have the skills that they wanted, even though I've been at this job for almost 5 years now. Mm-hmm. And it's crazy. Even within the government, they didn't think I had enough experience to go do things.
Well, the government, when you're trying to get hired for any position, is ridiculously slow and inefficient.
We all know that. I know that.
Yeah. And, you know, according to people that we know who work within government still, it's a nightmare. So
there's a lot of people that should be retired that still work there. And, you know, it shows through. Not only the systems suck ass, the Wi-Fi sucks ass. Like, as soon as one thing's down, everybody's down. Why? Why?
You're telling me you don't have any fond memories of working?
I have so many pictures of blue screens from my laptop. I would sign in every morning and I'd be like, nah, not happening. And I would freak out because I'm a time sensitive person. So I'm like, I need to sign in 15 minutes before start. It's 1 minute before start. Let me in. It would take 15 minutes to get in sometimes.
Yep. And then I would wake up to the sound of someone slapping the shit out of her keyboard.
Oh, yeah. No, I hated it. They swapped out 3 laptops and I don't even know why. Like, when I was in the office, it got swapped out over and over and over again. It's over now. But I'll never have to deal with the shitty system ever again. A wise guy from my office said, the only reason why our agency isn't being successful is because of fucking IT. It's mostly Wi-Fi issues, and you know it's a big agency, so it's like, and you have to put so many defenses on it, make sure no one can get in and hacked and all that stuff. So it's like there's a lot going on. So I understand why it doesn't work sometimes, or maybe someone fell asleep and pushed the off button.
Working in IT and being in IT since forever, I can tell you a lot of people are just fucking lazy.
That's fine too.
So just
keep the Wi-Fi on. Just let me do my job. Honestly, but it sucks because like almost every other day the system that you need to like do documents in would be down. I had I almost had to work overtime because this lady was like, okay, I see you're doing it right. Let me tell my boss. Oh, she's furious. I'm like, why? And she's like, it's not supposed to do this. And I'm like, it wasn't me. I'm just telling you I can't do my job because you fucking. It's fine. It's fine. It worked out.
So you're telling all these crazy stories about how fucking government life sucked balls.
I really didn't like my old job.
But you had a very hard time making the when to quit. So can you tell us a little bit about what that experience was like for you?
When to quit feeling started way before I even got this far. When I first got the job, it was an internship that was needed for school. I called it. I said 5 years, I'm out.
Mm-hmm. She did.
5 years, I'm out. I didn't even make it to 5 years. Yeah, I didn't make it to 5 years.
You started
it
when we started dating.
5 years, 6 months from now. So it was pretty close. But it's because I knew when people tell you it's a stable job, it's comfy, I'm like, I'm not about that. I need I thought this one was going to be okay, where every day was something new, but it wasn't. COVID made it new, but COVID made it stressful because it was so new. No one had to do anything. I had to do extra paperwork and all this stuff, and it had to be changed every single time we issued it because the one before just wasn't good enough, and it kept changing and changing. I worked so much overtime when COVID first started because of that. And I had a mentor who works random times. Most people work a regular schedule. She worked around the clock, nonstop, weird hours all the time. And it would stress me out because she would ask me to do something, and I had to request overtime. I couldn't just do overtime. And it was stress my supervisor out because he's like, I can't really give you that many hours. You can't work that many hours. Can you pace this out during the workday? And it's like, she's not even on. That was a lot. So it was a learning experience, and I was stressed out about it, but it was I like learning something new. I like learning something that pays off in the end. A lot of things I did on a daily is not new. It's a little different every time, but my Word doc template is still 85% copied and paste. So wasn't fulfilling in any way. Mm-hmm. And I had a performance evaluation coming up. It happens every year. And when in person, he'll be like, hey, you want to do it now? Cool. You're doing great. No one's complaining. Keep up the good work. And that would be it.
Good job.
Good job. And COVID times, he called for it. For some reason this year, he was like, yeah, I'm going to call everyone, make sure everything's good. I didn't get a phone call. I don't even know if I did the performance process right. I don't know where it went because you're supposed to send it back and forth for signatures. I don't know where it went. I don't know how to use that thing. It's been 4 years and I still don't know how to use that thing. It's so confusing. And it's all copied and paste stuff. Someone tells you what to put in for your performance evaluation. It's all cookie cutter shit. But I got a good rating, but
5 stars.
How am I supposed to know I did good? I didn't know I did good. I felt like I was slacking off so much and just getting away with it. Or maybe he knew, because he's the type of guy that's he knows things and he just lets it go because there's so many more people that do that than work really hard for their job. I went through so many jobs in my life, so I can agree with that. Where there's not that many people that are always 100, or 100%, 5 out of the 6 days that they work, or 4 out of 5 days that they worked, slack off on a Friday or a Monday kind of thing. So yeah, it was, the decision was super hard because even during our mini vacation, I was still thinking about it. I was on it for whenever we had downtime, we were just chilling in the room or anything. I was just on it, and I was like, I want to do it. I want to be out. I don't want to do this anymore. I don't want to wait till the end of the year. I don't want to wait till this month. I want to be done tomorrow feeling. And that only added up when they said go back to the office.
Yeah.
I didn't want to go back in the office. They weren't going to have everyone in. There was on a rotation schedule. And it was like 2 people from every small group at a time. So like my group would be 2 people. The next side would be 2 and so on and so forth. And I was like, that's so dumb.
It's so pointless.
Like if I had actually gone back in the office, I would have just sat there and printed everything. It would take all day. Because it's 2 years of documentation, 2 years of folders that we have to put in and stuff. Like, I don't even know how it's going to be now because everything's online. Everything's in the drive. And
I don't know. It's going to be old
like
boomer shit,
they still want physical copies, but all my files are there. Everyone else, on the other hand, when they were giving me shit, wasn't there. Yeah, I think I was a really good employee because my supervisor was like, I'm losing business to a dog trainer. He was pretty upset about it.
Oh,
But like, dude, I didn't get my performance call. How am I supposed to know I'm doing good?
He didn't even try to keep you.
Well, I don't think the government can negotiate anything. The pay is public knowledge, and private is not, right? You can talk about your pay at the government. I mean, no one really says not to. Like, what rank are you? Oh, then you know how much someone makes.
I mean, well, you can do that in private businesses. It's just not
You
encouraged.
can. They just don't do it because it just increases competition and all that stuff.
Yep.
But I gave it many chances before I decided. Like, I applied for my promotion that they said was supposed to be guaranteed. Yeah, that shit wasn't fucking guaranteed. A lot of us got rejected for no fucking reason, and everyone's super upset. The only one that's still in actually has relatives in the business, so it's like, whatever. We copied the same shit from each other because we all know each other, yet most of us got rejected almost immediately. Okay. And then I applied to other government jobs, hoping I could just transfer over for the promotion, be eligible. It was so hard to just, it was just, you know, I'll take the signs that you're telling me no. I'll move on to somewhere else that tells me yes. But I applied to a lot of jobs and only one place called me back. And I didn't want it because I was like, I make 70. Can you match that? Mm-mm. All right. Let me know when you change your mind. She was really nice.
Yeah.
The HR person. I was super nervous. I was like trying to do my best and I got it, but they couldn't match the pay.
That's okay. You know, everything kind of worked out to where you're at now.
Oh, it's really funny how it worked out because I started applying at jobs, maybe back in March?
It's been a while. Yeah.
Yeah. So it was like, oh, I like gaming, and I was helping VD, you know, do her moderation for Twitch and stuff. I was like, oh, I really like gaming. Let me get into that. Couldn't get into PR, no experience. Didn't want to do the internship there because that's almost no pay, and nothing else of my own skills could carry over to enough to be on paper. So I had to be realistic and start applying at jobs close to what I was doing. And I only got that one call back. And then I just started applying to jobs. Mm-hmm. And then the dog trader, posted something on his private page and I got in. I don't know if anyone else applied. I think I'm the only one. You also
asked before during Ina's training sessions.
I did ask before, and he was like, I didn't realize then he was a small business and he was pretty new. So he has apprentices now that he's focused on. Mostly a one-man job kind of business, you know. Small, very small. But he's certified.
Yep.
And all that stuff. I'm learning a lot of more administration stuff than I want to. Because I don't really want to be a boss. Oh, yeah. That's the thing. I don't really like being a boss. I carry leadership qualities and I don't want to enforce any of it at all.
You just want to line everything up for the real leader to make the executive call.
Yeah.
You want to be right-hand man.
I like being right-hand man, but I also feel like I'm not there yet to offer that to them. Even though I'm already like my brain's ready to go. But like new employee mentality is like they ask you something, yes, I'll do it. Yes, I'll do it. Everything, whatever you ask me to do. Oh, what are you doing? Can I follow you? Kind of thing. So, thank you.
Mm-hmm. I'm clearing your throat, so you must be dry. Gotta water my baby.
I'm a plant.
Glendale.
So the thought of quitting was probably a year.
Yeah.
Oh, excuse me.
Oh, no worries. It was just the water bubbles coming up.
It said hello. It was probably for a year. COVID really made it stick a lot. But I didn't start applying to jobs till this year.
Yeah. But then, once you got this dog job, you're super on the fence. You're stressing out.
I was super on the fence of when to quit. Not whether or not I'm keeping the job. I wasn't keeping the job. It was more like, I know I'm taking a pay cut. Is it worth working 2 jobs? But I really want to commit to this dog training thing because I have interest in it, like pure interest. And I see growth opportunities. And I'm deprived of that from my current job. So I was like, what am I supposed to do? I don't want to juggle this because if I work 7 days a week, I'm away from home. I'm away from him. Like I miss out on a lot of stuff. And I want to keep that life where I'm still in your life and doing things and running errands with you and being home with the dogs. Mm-hmm. Even though it's work from home, you're still working. Like as the freedom to do what I want at home and all the home errands, it's still, you gotta go back.
Yep.
It's weird. So my hours are very different for this dog place. Some days I work early and I come back in the afternoon, and then a part of me is like, am I supposed to sign on still? Like that feeling hasn't really completely gone away. It's only week 2 though.
It's only week 2. You'll figure it out.
So week 3. So I can't wait to kick that feeling because it's awful. It's a dreadful cloud hanging around. And then I realize I don't have to work there anymore and it goes away. But I don't know if I recommend chasing your dreams. It's like every situation for everyone is so different.
Yeah. And plus, in this situation, she sometimes doesn't want to acknowledge that Daddy got bank. Daddy got a banking account with some dollar in it. Too much.
I already did the math. Like, I had to do the math constantly to actually make this call. So, even though Daddy got the money, your girl got 3 months of, coverage.
Daddy's still working those 3 months, though. Daddy's going to go buy milk. Aha, there's the laugh coughs. I've succeeded in killing Wendy. But okay.
But yeah, so, I mean, I thought about drawing too, and then I realized that, fuck my hands, I just can't do fucking shit. I just drew little smiley faces on my paper.
You're just scared of carpal tunnel and arthritis.
That's a very common thing, and it's very scary. You use your hands for a lot of things. Look at this fucking arm that won't even go up now.
Finger painting. I like how it made sounds in the microphone.
So, there's a lot of interest I had when considering applying for jobs, and I just didn't really get anywhere. It was kind of a weird feeling because it was like, who am I? What do I like to do? What direction do I want to do? I want to do this for 20 years of my life. It's very stressful. I mean, you went through it, but you're still stuck with IT because it's the only thing that seems to be hiring you right now.
Well, that's okay. Like, I don't really mind the company that I'm working for. Plus, I did get that promo, so that was a little bit of a morale boost. And recently, I spoke with HR at my company to see what other avenues I could pursue. And they'll get back to me on that soon.
Nice.
So, I don't really want to keep doing the techie stuff that I've been doing. Not that I can't keep up with it. It's just very unfulfilling. So, at least I found a place where people are fine.
Where do you want to go career-wise? I mean, it took me a little bit to get here, so hypothetically speaking, what would your process be?
I mean, well, doing the whole playing into my strengths thing, since I'm okay business minded. I'm not an expert.
Yeah.
But whenever I have any like business related tasks or finance related tasks, because, you know, my company does like portfolio and program management.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a blend between being like a business analyst plus an IT consultant. Since I am the IT consultant, I do all the tech shit, but I have a lot of passing experience with the business side. And I always thought, okay, you know, that sounds easy enough. We have a friend who works as a business analyst, and he keeps saying, man, I'm so fucking tired from not doing work and getting paid. I'm like, I like that. So,
he says that, but he's been so busy lately.
Busy enough to, you know, take on extra income.
Yeah, well, he's been pretty busy lately. He hasn't been responding as much. But anyway.
Yeah. Anyway, so I was trying to do something along the business analyst side. So I asked HR in my company to do something a little more internal. I don't really like dealing with customers because it almost seems like they know more than I do.
Always.
So.
Always.
Or at least sometimes they come off like, you don't know this? I've been working with this shit since forever. It's like, yeah, I've been here for a year. Not even. Fuck you.
I hope it works out. I'm rooting for you.
Yeah. I mean, I'm still applying to other places anyway in the background. So, I'm chasing dollars right now.
I'm chasing dollars right here. Just kidding. It's all in stocks right now.
It's all in crypto, and crypto's in the ground.
Oh no, it's in probably almost everything you can think of. Not high risk. My brain don't work that way. I'm not a business person at all.
I'm not a business person. I'm just impulsive.
I'm not risky. Although leaving my job was pretty risky because I was like, how long does it take for me to be able to pay mortgage?
But that's why you got me.
Yeah.
My name is also on the mortgage. Take my money.
Just to be transparent with you guys, I was like, hey, I could do the math. I have 3 months worth for everything. I can do it. I can cover all of it. After that, it's debatable because I don't know how much I'm making then. I have commission opportunities, but they haven't, like, you know, I haven't gotten to that point yet. And I was like, hey, real talk, I can pay the 3 months. Mortgage after that is debatable. It would be best for me not to pay it, but I'm still wanting to pay everything else that I'm supposed to cover for. You go with that? And it's
yes.
Even then, that conversation was very hard for me because I grew up trying to be independent for myself. So me relying on someone else to cover for me, it was like my share of stuff. I was like, I feel like an awful person.
You're not awful. You're just finding your footing. And
I like to be as fair as possible that we can mutually agree on.
Be fair, because you're only thinking about monetary value, but you're not thinking about mental stability. That also carries value. Imagine you're like, babe, I'm poor and now I'm angry at everything, including you. So that's no bueno. No bueno.
Yeah, well, just being transparent with you guys. He's paying for mortgage and I'm not.
Mm-hmm. And
it makes me mad because I feel like I can't do enough.
Daddy got monopoly.
We figure it out. You guys will figure it out. You guys figure out your system. I figured out my system.
Yep.
It's losing.
No. You're winning. You're being more happier. Most happiest? Wait. More happy.
I don't know.
You're much more happy now.
English.
But you're enjoying your work.
Yeah,
and
I am.
I think you made the right call for actually quitting. Fuck that job. It was draining.
I was not getting any acknowledgement. Nobody wanted to talk outside of work. Weird, right? And like they're like, let's meet up some other time, and I was like, I don't even know if it's happening because no one's done anything in between, you know. No one's been like, oh, let's do this, you know, let's meet up for lunch. You negative, I'm negative, let's go. Like, we didn't get any of that. Like, it doesn't matter if I was a good worker or not. Nobody really hung out outside of work, so it's like, I feel bad for leaving, but I don't really love you guys.
Yeah, there's no point. They're coworkers. Coworkers stay at work.
Yeah. If the mic picked that up. My dogs want attention.
All right. Well, I think that does it for today's episode. Thank you for joining us on our casual venture. You know, Wendy has gone through a lot and is currently the epitome of venture casually because she's like, fuck the corporate man.
But my arm hurts.
Wait, dance with one arm.
My name's Glenda. It'll be fine. It'll be fine. Fuck that dog. I'm gonna fuck him up. I really can't. He's a horse, but you know.
He's a horse dog. Anyway.
Guess the breed.
It rhymes with Illinois.
Oh my god. No, it doesn't.
It's spelled like Illinois.
Guess the breed in the comments below based on those hints.
It is Illinois.
Jesus Christ. Thanks for tuning in, guys.
Thank you for tuning in. Please hit us up on social. Let us know how we did on this episode. If you like any changes, if you want any topics that we can talk about.
If you like us just talking.
Yeah. If you like us.
Do you like us? Please tell me you like me.
Slide into my DMs.
No, don't do that. Stop.
Oh, slide into her DMs.
No.
Slide into our DMs? Slide into us.
No. Okay. Bye. Thanks.
Bye-bye.